Out of all the zones in Sonic games, the zones in the classic games are probably the most iconic. I figured I would rank all of them based on their associated music, including a certain unused song for one zone in particular. The games factored in are Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic CD, Sonic 3, Sonic & Knuckles, Sonic Mania, and Sonic Superstars. Variations are counted as the same song for the sake of keeping things simple, so don't expect a separate ranking of all time zone versions for CD. I'm also only factoring in the main levels, so no special stage music. With all that, let's get started on ranking every classic Sonic Zone OST. 78. Death Egg Zone Sonic 2. This isn't a bad song, all things considered, but the only problem most players face with this level is this. The song is much longer than you would actually hear in-game. '77 Sky Chase Zone. This zone's music is rather slow, which fits the zone itself, but all we care about here is the music. 76 Starlight Zone. For a zone as fast-paced as this, the music is rather slow. Also, no, the GBA port does not make any difference in this ranking. Everyone always says the GBA port had bad recreations of the music, but honestly, the GBA sound cards just couldn't handle the quality that the Genesis had. Do you know how small the GBA is? 75 Plus Factory Zone. What is this? I mean, it fits the level, but it's just too synthy.
74!
Launch Base Zone Brad Buxer. The go syncs are too repetitive. In Solo Sonic 3, this is the last zone of the game, but the music doesn't fit it at all. Also, the Act 2 version changes literally nothing from the Act 1 version other than just cutting out some of the instruments. 73 Carnival Night Zone Brad Buxer. Too stereotypical clown, and doesn't really fit a carnival. Also, the Act 2 version changes literally nothing from the Act 1 version other than just cutting out some of the instruments. 72 Ice Cap Zone Brad Buxer. Just like Buxer Launch Base, this song is way too repetitive. Also, the Act 2 version changes literally nothing from the Act 1 version other than just cutting out some of the instruments. 71. Pinball Carnival Zone. Better than Buck-2 Carnival Night because this song actually fits a carnival, but brought down because of whatever the heck Act 2's music is. Like seriously, it sounds like the World Bowser map theme from Super Mario 3D World. '70. Emerald Hill Zone 2-player. This zone is too fast-paced for a song as calm as this.
Okay, so let's all open up our Reading is Fun books to page 69.
69.
Scrap Brain Zone. Just like Buck-2 Launch Base, this music isn't menacing enough to fit the last full level of the game. You'll understand later why I said full level. 68. Palm Tree Panic JP version. Sonic CD isn't meant to be played like a typical Sonic game where you run straight to the end and try to get a fast time. This game encourages exploration even more so than other games. Therefore, this song is too fast-paced for this type of game. 67. Palm Tree Panic US version. Now this is more like it. A song that actually fits the exploration style that Sonic CD is meant to be played. And no, I'm not just saying this because I'm biased towards the actually fitting US boss theme. 66. Wacky Workbench US version. The music fits the level, much like Palm Tree Panic, but this zone's scenery is mostly mechanical. 65. Wacky Workbench JP version. This song fits the machine-esque scenery a lot more than the US version. 64. Angel Island Zone Sonic 3. Once again, a zone whose music is too calm for the fast-paced nature of the first level. 63. Speed Jungle Zone. Okay, this one's a little weird. The music fits Act 1 and Act Sonic, but not Act 2. 62. Sky Temple Zone. Another level where the music doesn't really fit it that well. However, it kinda sounds like a less repetitive version of Buck-2 Launch Base. 61. Stardust Speedway Sonic Mania. Act 1's music doesn't fit the stage, but Act 2's makes up for it. 60. Spring Yard Zone. Kind of the reverse problem Starlight had, as the zone is sort of slow-paced but the music is upbeat. I say sort of slow-paced because this is the first zone to introduce the bumper mechanic seen in later zones. Also, fun fact, this zone's music is extremely similar to the song Every Little Step by Bobby Brown. 59. Oil Ocean Zone Sonic 2. Fits the oil part of the name more than the ocean part of the name. 58. Oil Ocean Zone Sonic Mania. Same thing as before, but I like the Sonic Mania remake a little bit better. Also, the Act 2 remix is fire, pun entirely intended. 57. Lagoon City Zone. The music for Act 1 and Act 2 fits both acts. Also, can I just point out how weird it is that Act Amy's music sounds like a song from Mario Party? 56. Sand Sanctuary Zone. Doesn't really have sand vibes. 55. Sandopolis Zone. Ah, here we go. Way more fitting for a sand level than whatever the heck Sand Sanctuary was. Also, can we just appreciate the Team Sonic Racing remix for a bit? 54, Mushroom Hill Zone. Actually fitting for a zone themed around mushrooms. 53, Collision Chaos US version. A tiny bit more menacing than what the second zone of Sonic CD was meant to go for, even though it was technically supposed to be the third zone. 52, Collision Chaos JP version. The GCN Baby Park of Sonic music. Yes, the zone itself is chaotic, so it needs a theme that fits it, and this song delivers. 51, Hidden Palace Zone Sonic 2. This song actually goes unused in-game, but it can be found in the sound test at entry number 10. Given that Hidden Palace was supposed to be a cutscene zone that would be entered after collecting all 7 Chaos Emeralds, which would then teach Sonic how they can be used to turn into Super Sonic, this music actually fits that. 50, Ice Cap Zone Prototype. The weakest out of the Sonic 3 prototype songs in my opinion, because just like the Buster version, the Act 2 version changes literally nothing from the Act 1 version other than just cutting out some of the instruments. However, unlike the Buster version, the instrumentation for Act 2 actually changes. It isn't noticeable that much in the Origins version, but when compared to the Sonic & Knuckles Collection version and the version from the actual prototype, there's a clear difference between the two. Also, can we just appreciate the snowboard sink at the beginning of Act 1 that the Buster version just can't satisfy? '49, Egg Fortress Zone. Come on, Sega! This is the final zone of Sonic Superstars. You call this menacing? This is like the Sonic CD JP boss theme all over again! 48, Press Garden Zone. Way better than whatever Press Factory from Superstars was, and the zone's level design actually fits the music. 47, Tidal Tempest JP version. Fitting for a water level, but this water level actually takes place inside of a volcano. 46, Tidal Tempest US version. Honestly, this song fits more with the volcano aspect of the level than the water aspect, which makes sense since that's where the zone is based. 45, Angel Island Zone Sonic Mania. Remember the cutscene zone aspect of Hidden Palace Zone from Sonic 2 that I mentioned earlier? This zone kind of works like this in Mania, as its introductory zone to Encore mode. 44, Cyber Station Zone, Too Synthy. This zone is supposed to represent the 8-bit graphics of older consoles like the Master System and Game Gear. Like seriously, the 8-bit remakes of the Sonic Colors OST for the Game Land mode sound more realistic than this. Even the music from Sonic Pocket Adventure sounds better. 43, Quartz Quadrant JP version. This zone is supposed to represent a coal mine, but the music doesn't really fit here. 42, Quartz Quadrant US version. Now this sounds like a song you'd hear in a coal mine. 41, Golden Capital Zone. The Jun Tsunui synth actually isn't so bad here, as the main instrumentation overshadows it significantly. Decent song and extremely fitting for a zone meant to be a temple filled with gold. 40, Hilltop Zone. Doesn't really fit the vibe that this zone gives off. 39, Stardust Speedway JP version. Same deal as Palm 3 Panic. Sonic CD isn't meant for the fast-paced music this song has. 38, Stardust Speedway US version. A little bit better paced for the exploration-based gameplay that Sonic CD is meant to have. 37, Casino Night Zone 2-player. Not really fitting for a casino level. I actually may have ranked Pinball Carnival Zone higher had a remake of this been Act 2's music. 36, Mystic Cave Zone 2-player. The music more commonly associated with Sonic 2's Hidden Palace Zone these days. It makes sense nowadays, as in the 2013 and Origins version, it's located within Mystic Cave Zone, but had it been in the Genesis version, Sound Test 10 likely would have been its music. 35, Lava Leap Zone Sonic & Knuckles. The music fits both acts, but the reason it's so low is because Sonic & Knuckles' Hidden Palace Zone uses Act 2's music instead of an original theme. 34, Lava Leap Zone Sonic Mania. Both remakes are, again, actually fire, pun intended. 33, Metallic Madness US version. This zone takes place in what is meant to be Eggman's base. The music is only sort of fitting here. 32, Metallic Madness JP version. this music actually fits the stage a little bit better due to there being a little bit of Eggman gibberish in the music. 31. Metallic Madness Sonic Mania. The Eggman gibberish has been enhanced. 30. Frozen Bass Zone. The music fits all 3 acts, but the Jun Tsunui synth in Act 1's music brings this ranking down a bit. 29. Wing Fortress Zone. The music is a little too upbeat for the pace of the level. 28. Metropolis Zone. Same problem here as Wing Fortress. 27. Marble Zone. This zone is meant to be taken slow to remind the player that there is some platforming involved in Sonic games. The music totally fits this aspect of the level. 26. Sky Sanctuary Zone. Remember what I said earlier about Starlight Zone's music? Yeah, the same problem arises here. This zone is supposed to take place in ancient ruins, but the music doesn't really fit that. It does, however, fit the Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed remix.
Hey, Patrick.
What?
I thought of something funnier than 24.
Let me hear it.
25.
That's enough!
Mirage Saloon Zone. Act 2's music fits the stage, but it's brought down a bit in this ranking from both versions of Act 1's music. Yes, I said both versions of Act 1's music. This zone has the unique property of having an entirely different Act 1 for Knuckles in the main mode than the rest of the characters.
Today's first lesson will be on turning.
24.
Casino Night Zone single player actually fits a casino-themed level better than the 2-player version did. 23. Marble Garden Zone. Now this song gives off more of an ancient ruins vibe. Also, to satisfy the people in here who may have been anchored by my Buxo rankings of the 3 zones that had them,
Try this on for size.
Supposed to be something people are lurking from the door.
22. Aquatic Ruin Zone. Wow, a water level where the music actually fits! 21. Mystic Cave Zone Single Player. Seeing as this zone is supposed to take place in a cave, this song actually fits that vibe. 20. Flying Battery Zone Sonic & Knuckles. The music actually fits the pace of the level. 19. Flying Battery Zone Sonic Mania. This version of the level was actually more fast-paced than the Sonic & Knuckles version, and the music already fit the original, so it fits it even more here. 18. Bridge Island Zone. Again, kind of calm for a first level, but here it actually fits because the first zone of Superstars is so riddled with badness that you wouldn't want to go super fast. 17. Carnival Night Zone Prototype. This version of the song actually fits the zone that's supposed to take place in a carnival. Also, the Act 2 version actually changes significantly. 16. Launch Base Zone Prototype. No repetitiveness here, and it fits the final level aspect that base game Sonic 3 was supposed to have with this level. Also, the Act 2 version actually changes significantly. 15. Titanic Monarch Zone. For the final full level of Sonic Mania, it isn't really that menacing. Really, the only intimidating part of the music is the part that reminds me of Bowser's Castle from Mario Kart Wii. It is significantly better than whatever the Dump Egg Fortress was. Death Egg Zone Sonic & Knuckles. Now this sounds a little more menacing for the final full level of the game. The Act 2 remix does have the same problem as Prototype Ice Cap and the 3 Buxer songs, but it really doesn't bother me that much here as compared to the Buxer songs, the zone music is actually catchy.
Hello, yes, police? Yeah, I'd like to report a murder.
13. Emerald Hill Zone Single Player. Remember how I said the 2-player music was too calm for a level like this? Well, the single player version removes all that. 12. Labyrinth Zone. For the first water level in Sonic history, I think the music knocks it out of the park. Yes, there is one water zone with a higher ranking, but that's only because I like that zone better. 11. Green Hill Zone Sonic 1. For the first Sonic level ever, despite all its remakes, the music is still a banger to this day. 10. Green Hill Zone Sonic Mania. Holy rip, the Mania version blows the original out of the water! The Act 2 remix is excellent. 9. Final Zone. The final boss of Sonic 1, regardless of if you collected all 6 Chaos Emeralds. 8. Last Story. The true final boss of Sonic Superstars, and the music completely delivers. 7. The Doomsday Zone. Just like with Sonic Superstars, the music to the true final boss of Sonic & Knuckles completely delivers in theming. 6. Egg Reverie Zone. A bit less menacing than the Doomsday, but still menacing enough for a final boss. 5. Chemical Plant Zone Sonic 2. The music actually fits the theme of the level here. 4. Chemical Plant Zone Sonic Mania. Just like the Sonic 2 version and with some added flair for Act 2. 3. Hydrocity Zone, Sonic 3. This is how you do music for a water level. The music actually feels like you're in the level yourself. A nice little motion effect. Also, yes, I pronounced the zone's name as Hydrocity instead of Hydro City for a very specific reason, which you'll find out in 2 more spots. 2. Hydrocity Zone, Sonic Mania. Holy rip, both remakes are insanely good. The immersion effect is even better here. I just wish the classic games had the underwater music effect that the modern games do. 1. Studiopolis Zone. Named after Sega's development studio, and the fast-paced nature of the zone actually fits with the music this time around. Before I end the video, I guess I did promise to explain why I pronounce Hydrocity this way. Well, here's why. Every single channel I know of who pronounces Hydrocity as Hydro City pronounces this zone's name as Studiopolis. They add an extra O for literally no reason. Who do they think they are? Keegan-Michael Key?
Balake. Where is Balake at? There's no Balake here today. Yes, sir.
My name's Blake.
Are you out of your goddamn mind?
Blake?
What? Do you want to go to war, Balake?
No.
Because we could go to war.
No.
I'm for real. I'm for real. So you better check yourself.
Well, there you have it, all 78 classic Sonic Zone themes ranked. This video was actually quite hard to sort as Superstars is still new.